There, Kevin, you can go ahead and hit that pregame March 5th. Go ahead and hit that pregame March 5th. If you're there, Kevin, you can hit it now.
No, you can't come up here. Dang it.
I think the door's locked. I don't think
Kevin, if you're there, go ahead and hit that pregame March 5th. Damn it.
That's Haley Velker's dad walking
as Neillsville gets set to take on Melrose-Mindoro. Larry Hazer along with Darren Horn here tonight. Darren, if this game is going to be anything like the crowd that's here, it's going to be quite a matchup tonight.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's standing room only here at Black River Falls. And really nice facility, but like you alluded to when we were talking before, there's not really a lot of extra seating here.
Yeah, there's a lot of room on the ends of the courts here in the new field house at Black River Falls, which they, like Neillsville, pull in some portable bleachers to put on the ends, but here they do not, and the seating is pretty much full as to the bleacher seats here, so they may have some people standing along the side watching this one here tonight between these two teams. Melrose-Mindoro, a team we talked with Coach John Geyer earlier today on our Two Guys on Sports program, and he said if there's, they usually look for some kind of a chink in the armor or a kink in the armor, but he says he can't find nothing with this Melrose team.
Yeah, they're pretty well rounded. A lot of veterans on the team. I believe they were at state. I don't think they won state last year, but they were at state.
Runner-up 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and all that experience is it weighs a lot when you're talking about team chemistry.
And in fact, the last 2 years they've lost to Aquinas down at state in the championship. So they've been the runner-up 2 years in a row down at state. And I know you know some people from Colby, and they're no strangers to this Melrose team because last year they lost to Melrose-Mindoro in the state semifinal.
Yeah, they did. That was the game right after Colby knocked Neillsville out of the playoffs, and they couldn't say enough about how talented the Melrose team was. That they knew. Once they had about a fourth of the way through the game, they knew that they were really facing probably one of the best teams they had seen all year.
And this Melrose-Mindoro team, they have 3 players that are moving on to bigger and better things, including, I was just going to check their lineup here. Mesa Bayum, a 6'3" senior, is going on to South Dakota State, and there's another individual that's going on to South Dakota State as well. From this team. So they have 2 Division I recruits from this Mustang team, and they are loaded everywhere.
Yeah, they're big. I'm looking at the size differential just out there on the court doing the warm-ups, and they have a lot of size. That
was one thing that Coach John Geyer mentioned too as well is their size. He says they're going to come out there with them bigs, and we're going to have our 5'3" girls coming out there, and it's going to look a whole lot different. I was going to talk about these two, Mesa Bayum, the 6'3" senior, and also Emily Hersberg, a 6' senior. Both are going to South Dakota State next year. And also Colette Lockington, another senior, is going to Viterbo next year. And also one of the girls is going to UW Superior. So yeah, they got some talent on this Melrose-Mindoro team. It's a team that really came out of nowhere here in the last few years with this group of kids. I mean, it's similar, I would think, to probably what like a Colby was there with the run they had with those few years. Yeah. The program itself is just kind of an average program until you get that kind of the cream of the crop, so to speak, and then they make a heck of a run like Colby did. That was about the best chance they had at winning state, was with that group of seniors they had, and then the junior Haley Velker, and they gave it everything they had, but Melrose knocked them off, and then Melrose lost themselves. So that just goes to show you, when you see a team like Melrose-Mindoro get beat by Aquinas, then you know how good Aquinas is.
Yeah, exactly. Neillsville faces a lot of very solid teams throughout the year, and here you still got a couple steps to get to the state playoff or to the state finals, and look at the competition you're going to run across now. So yeah, Neillsville's going to have to play their best game in order to beat this Mustang team.
Melrose-Mindoro ranked 3rd in the state in the final WisSports.net coaches poll. Their lone loss on the season, they are 23-1, was to number 1 and unbeaten Blackhawk, who was the number 1 team in Division 4. So yeah, and Blackhawk is a very talented team as well. They average 68 points a game, does Melrose-Mindoro. Neillsville was ranked 8th in the last poll. They average 51 points a game. But scoring is not Neillsville's forte, it's their defense.
Correct. Yeah, the quickness of Shane Garth and Opelt is what really, that's their bread and butter. That's what's got them here. Obviously, you have to have offense in order to win the games, but their defense is what got them there, or got them here, and hopefully they can do the same tonight. They can be effective in putting pressure on the girls bringing the ball up the court. Maybe they can get some turnovers, get some fast break points, and who knows? That's why they have to play the game, right?
One of the things we're going to have to look for with this Neillsville team is a couple of players a little bit under the weather and missed some practices this week. So hopefully they were able to get some medication in them a little bit here in the last few days, and maybe they're ready to go.
Yeah, worst case scenario, they can cough towards the opponent. Maybe that'll help.
They need help on that. I can help them out on that one.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate when you start getting illnesses this time of year. You hate to have your key players missing time because of that.
Yep.
Especially when you need to be firing on all cylinders to face a team like Melrose-Mindoro.
All right, tonight's game brought to you courtesy of our WIAA tournament sponsors, who include Marshfield Medical Center, Neillsville, the Sports Den, South Central Avenue, Marshfield, Dan Herbrand Agency, Independent Insurance Agency of Neillsville, and Dental Clinic of Marshfield, Stratford, and Neillsville. Starting lineups and the start of tonight's sectional semifinal in Division 4 is coming up after this.
Look here, and they'll tell you what you'll find. You'll see them honing their edge, clearing their minds. You'll see them out here, doing what matters most. Our team understands it's not easy, and we're with you every step. After all, we are a team, not just at Stevens Point Orthopedics, but as a community. Let's work together to have you feeling your best.
Gross Motors of Neillsville is your Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer in central Wisconsin. Gross Motors of Neillsville is located on Highway 10 East in Neillsville and is ready for you to take a test drive today. See their inventory of Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles in person and browse over 700 vehicles online at grossauto.com. Gross Motors of Neillsville is your central Wisconsin Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer. Again, that's grossauto.com. Citizens State Bank of Loyal is your independently owned community bank with locations just a short drive or walk from where you work and live. Citizens State Bank of Loyal invites you to a banking relationship that will always put you first. Personal, business, and agricultural services provided by people that live just across town and around the corner. At Citizens State Bank of Loyal, we pride ourselves in our involvement in the communities we serve. See us today in Neillsville, Marshfield, Spencer, Granton, and Loyal. Citizens State Bank of Loyal, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Falls High School Division 4 sectional semifinal tonight. Neillsville and Melrose-Mindoro. Tonight's game powered by the 2019 Dodge Durango, the 92.7 Gross Auto Sportsmobile. Thanks to the guys at Gross Auto for again supplying the ride down here to Black River Falls tonight. For the Neillsville Warriors, Bella Opel, Allie Shangarth, Jaden Barth, Emma Mosley, and Kayla Oldham. The starters they've had for pretty much all year long. For the Melrose-Mindoro Mustangs, they will have Tegan Fry, a 5'8 junior, probably the shortest guy in their line, or shortest girl in their lineup.
Yeah, I think so.
Colette Lockington is a 5'9 senior. And then come the big girls. Mesa Byum is a 6'3 senior. Alexi McRoberts, a 6-foot senior. And Emily Hersberg, a 6-foot senior.
That's a lot of height.
Yep. Again, they've been at state the last 2 years and lost to Aquinas both times they were at state. They'll be in the white uniforms tonight with the green lettering and trim. And Neillsville being the red uniforms tonight with the white lettering and trim. And we're just about set to go. Glad to have you along here on 92.7 WPKG, 92.7 WPKG.com, and also ZaleskiSports.com tonight.
There's Bella coming up to the shoulders of the girl she's going to jump against again. Emily Herzberg.
Yeah. Herzberg and Opel jumping it up. The officials probably looking at that going, what in the world we got here? He's got a big smile on his face as he looks at the height differential.
He thinks he's being punked right now.
Yeah, he's looking for the camera somewhere. And the tip controlled, by the Mustangs. And they'll work it around the arc against this Warrior defense. Coach Geyer says his team has to stay within themselves and do everything right, basically, against this team is what you're going to have to do. First shot missed by the Mustangs, controlled by Mosley. And Bella Opel will bring it into the front court for the Warriors. Coach Geyer said he had a strategy. And for what I found out, the strategy is hold the ball as long as you can until something opens up. That was their strategy. So we'll see how it works out here against this Mustang team. They come out in a 2-3 zone. Nope, check that, a man-to-man is what they're going to come out here in. Warriors just working it around the arc right now. Mustangs may think this is good defense, but I think this is just the Warriors' strategy offensively right now. Kayla Oldham hands it off to Bella Opel. Opel going in against Big Girl, lays it up and in. Bella Opel.
That's a tough move by Bella Opel. She was way outsized by 35 there, McRoberts. But nice job of kissing it off the glass.
2-0 Warriors. They go to McRoberts along the baseline. Now they kick it out high. Shot on the way. In and out. No good. McRoberts got the rebound and then gets tied up by Mosley. It'll be Warrior ball. Well, the aggressiveness showing right now by Neillsville. 2 shots by the Mustangs and 2 rebounds for Neillsville.
Yeah, it's good to see that they're not going to call little ticky-tack fouls right off the bat. They're going to let them play a little bit.
Opel will bring it into the front court. Hand it off to Barth. Now Mosley back out. Opel way out high. Looks for a screen, gets it. Now Opel looked to work to the basket. Now hands it off to Shane Garth. Shane Garth dribbles to the free throw line. Looks to get rid of it and threw it away. Threw it into the hands of Herzberg. Herzberg brings it down against Opel. And they're going to get Opel with a hook on the arm. And what are they going to call this? They're going to call it a 2-shot foul? They are. So a 2-shot foul coming here for Herzberg. Not a good pass there on the other end.
Yeah, no, it was not. And then down on this end with Bella creating a foul. It was a good foul. She was going to have an easy layup.
And the free throw rims around and falls through.
Of course, if she makes both free throws, that's another story.
2-1 Neillsville. 16-11 to go here in the first half. Second free throw by Herzberg is good. Two our score early on here in this first half. Sectional semifinal. Winner moves on to play Saturday in the sectional final. Shane Garth looks, now leaves it left wing for Opel. Opel, little crossover dribble, has it stolen. Stolen by Lockington. Herzberg will take it on the right wing, spot up for 3, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound inside, back up, no. Another rebound, no. This time it's Kayla Oldham who gets it, and the Warriors will bring it back down. And a couple of turnovers by Neillsville on just poor passes.
Yeah, there was lazy passes is what it was.
I was going to say Herzberg, who had the 2 free throws, averages about 16 points a game for this Mustang team.
Yeah, not only are they big, but they do a nice job of getting their hand in there on defense.
Almost a steal there by the Mustangs, but Jaden Barth able to get it back for the Warriors. 15:07 left to go here in the first half. 2-2 our score. Opel out between the circles, now hands it off to Kayla Oldham. Oldham with it, will hand it off to Bella Opel. Doing a lot of dribble handoffs right now against this Mustang defense. Jaden Barth out high, now Kayla Oldham. Student section for the Mustangs doesn't like the offense. Here's Shane Garth to the basket, lays it up, no, rims off, no good. Rebound to the Mustangs.
Yeah, Allie's going to wish she had that one back. She had a nice lane. She just a little too strong.
Lockington to Fry. Herzberg, right wing. Skips it left side for Lockington. Shot on the way is good. Colette Lockington for 3. And it's Melrose-Mindoro now up 5-2 with 14:08 left to go here in the first half. Mosley to Shangard. Now Oldham. Opelt, right wing. Out on top for Mosley. Dumps it down in for Oldham. Lost the handle on the ball. That's the thing you can't do against this team. You got to do everything right.
Yeah, and Neillsville's had that problem already 3 or 4 times tonight, that they're just not controlling the ball like they should.
Lockington out near the center circle on the dribble. Goes inside. That was Bayum. Now they kick it out for a 3. It's no good. Rebound inside, no good. Rebound tapped out, and it'll be last touch by the Warriors. So the Mustangs will have it underneath, and that was an easy one, missed underneath by McRoberts.
Yeah, and a nice job of defense by Emma Mosley. She's outsized a little bit down there, but nice jumping ability and able to get the ball away from the offense at that point.
Well, those 2 girls that just sat down, Barth and Mosley, are 2 of them that were under the weather.
Yes. Glad to see that they're both able to play.
Lockington.
Bella Opelt also. She
Yes.
had a little battle with strep throat from what I understand.
Shot from the outside is no good, but the long rebound comes to Lockington. She'll square up from 17 and hit. Lockington averages almost 13 a game, and she has 5 here early on. 7-2 Melrose-Mindoro. 13 minutes left to go, first half. Oldham hands it off to Opelt. Opelt wants to go down the lane. Little floater in there, and she got hacked on the arm, and I believe it was Bayum, the 6'3 senior, who got her on the arm.
Yeah, there wasn't much question on that one.
Winner moves on to play on Saturday against either Colfax or Unity. They're playing tonight at Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser. First free throw by Opelt is good. That game would be Saturday, and it's kind of an undetermined location. Right now they have it at Colfax, but if Colfax advances on, that would have to be moved. Free throw is missed, but Oldham got the rebound. Kicks it out to Trunkel, who's in the ball game. Katrina Craig is also out there for the Warriors. 12:47 left, first half, 7-3 Melrose-Mindoro. Katrina Craig wants to dribble in. Kicks it back out, Opelt, left side. Looks for a pick from Craig. Gets to the free throw line, goes to Oldham. Oldham stops her dribble, now looks to get rid of it, and leaves it out for Craig. Now Shangarth on the right side. 12:25 left to go, first half, 7-3, Melrose-Mindoro with the lead. Shangarth in the corner, right side for Opelt. Opelt working over there against Herzberg. Opelt open for a three-pointer from the top of the key. It's good for Bella Opelt. Bella with all 6 of the Warrior points. And Neillsville trails by 1 with 12 minutes left to go, first half.
I didn't hear that student section barking at her when she made the three-pointer.
No.
Their student section taunting the players a little bit.
Yeah, now Neillsville student section taunting the Mustangs.
Well,
down inside, and they kick it back out to the Mustangs. Herzberg for 3, in and out, rebound inside Craig. Craig will leave it for Opelt, 7-6. And here come the Warriors. They trail by 1. Trunkel looks to go inside. Oh, she had Oldham down in there on a pick and roll, but now they leave it for Opelt. Opelt spotted up for 3. Will go inside, had it blocked. Craig gets the loose ball, though, goes to Trunkel on the right side. Mia Trunkel on the dribble, working against this Mustang defense. Here's Shangarth inside, had it blocked. That's just the height right there. McRoberts was able to block it on Shangarth.
Getting into the land of the Giants there. She had towering trees over top of her.
Tegan Fry, now Lockington out high. Fry in the corner, left side, 3. Off the rim, no good. Shangarth with a wide open rebound. I tell you, the 6'3 senior Byum has been very quiet on both ends of the floor.
Yep. Surprisingly enough, for the height disadvantage that Neillsville has, they're doing a nice job on the boards.
7-6. Well, it don't matter how tall you are as long as you get a good box out.
Yeah.
Shangarth on the right wing. Looks for a pick, gets it from Craig. Now Oldham out high. Leave it for Trunkel. Now Katrina Craig. Opelt works right wing. 10:22 to go, first half. 7-6 Melrose. And I think Neillsville has the tempo that they want right now. They don't want to get in a running game with this Melrose team.
No, you definitely don't. You want to dictate the speed of the game, and so far that's what Coach Geyer's got them doing.
Opelt works near the top of the key. Yeah, Melrose fans may think it's boring, but that's what Neillsville's strategy was. Inside, no contact. Quickly back come Fry on the other end, misses the shot. Loose ball picked up by Fry. Out to Herzberg, rifles it down underneath. Another bunny missed inside, and a loose ball picked up by Opelt. Opel's going to bring it down for the Warriors. Inside, contact again, nothing called. Boy, they're letting it play. And there they get a reach on Lockington finally.
And then Lockington made it look like, where do you call that foul for? But that was obvious.
Boy, there was a one down there where Bayum came over the back. Sometimes you can come over the back when you're tall, but if you make contact, that's when they're going to call it.
Oh, she had a lot of body that made contact there. I can't believe it was a no call.
So we'll be Warrior ball right in front of the Mustang bench right below us.
Emma Mosley going to check back into the game, and Craig will sit down.
So the Warriors will inbound. Get it into Shangarth. Hands it off to Riley Voigt off the bench for the Warriors. Shangarth dribbles near the top of the key. 9:22 left to go here in the first half. Warriors trail by one. There's Parker McDonald to the basket hard and gets the basket.
That was a nice aggressive move by Parker McDonald.
And the Warriors lead by one with 9:08 left to go here in the first half. In the corner, that is Jackie Brown who is out there for the Mustangs. Fry, Bayum inside, Herzberg off the glass and in.
She sure made that look easy, didn't she?
9-8 in favor of the Mustangs. Trunkle out on top, dribbling against Lockington, hands it off to Shangarth. Shangarth back to Trunkle, wants to work the baseline, instead brings it back out. Now stops her dribble, has to get rid of it, and it goes out of bounds. Well, you stop your dribble in the corner, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yep. I think she knows that she shouldn't have picked up her dribble at that point, but once you do it, you gotta find a way to get it out of there.
Herzberg sits down, and back in is McRoberts for the Mustangs. Not a deep bench from what I understand. They'll go maybe 6, and that's it. Shangarth works out near the top of the key. 8:19 left to go. Voigt lost the handle on the ball, and last touch by who? Last touch by the Mustangs. It'll be Warrior ball underneath. Opel's going to check back in here. And she will come in for Allie Shangarth.
Yeah, we definitely got the standing room only. I see the people starting to line up along the catwalk here all the way around the gym.
Inbound Voigt, right underneath is Mosley on the inbound for an easy one. And the Warriors lead by one, a timeout on the floor. The Warriors are dictating the tempo just like Coach Geyer wanted, and it's working. And the bench wants to know how long the timeout is for. It's a full timeout. 8:12 left to go. Warriors by one. Tonight's game courtesy of our WIAA tournament sponsors, including Dominic Automotive, Loyal. You're going to love the ride. Drescher BP.
Rally at the Alley tonight at Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville. Strike Time Lanes open at 4 Monday through Friday and 11 Saturday and Sunday. Happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. Cheer on the team tonight and then rally at the Alley after the game. Strike Time Lanes is your Packers headquarters on Sunday. Enter to win a flat screen TV. Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville is also your place for Fish Fry Friday. Rally at the Alley tonight and every night at Strike Time Lanes.
For me, college is about more than hitting the books. And at Mid-State Technical College, I get the whole college experience. Live in a dorm? Bam. There's a meal plan? Tasty. I could join a student organization? Hi. Or intramural sports. Plus, I can study abroad while earning college credit. And the cost for all of this? No brainer. So don't wait. Apply today.
Herzberg, Lockington, Fry, McRoberts, and
Look at Amelia Trunkel getting shoved
Bayou is
around.
out there. 6'3". I haven't seen anybody 6'3" in a Clover Belt. Down inside, and it's tied up. Bayou ties up, or Opel ties up Bayou. And that's what the short girls can do if you're tall. If you get that ball down around your waist, a girl like Bella Opel is just going to sneak in there and tie you up. And that's what happened.
Yeah, and Bella's so quick to the ball all the time.
McRoberts out to Bayou, spinning in the lane. Bayou off the glass, no, tips it into the hands of Mosley. Good box out by McDonald because Bayou couldn't get to the ball. All she could do was tip it, and tipped it right into the hands of Mosley.
And when she did tip it, she didn't even jump. She could just reach over top.
She just reaches. South Dakota State for Bayou. Herzberg is going there as well.
Well, it helps when you get the exposure from when you're playing at state.
Yep, that helps.
You know, 3 years in a row.
Mosley out on the right wing. 7:10 left to go here in the first half. They get it down to McDonald, off her hands, and stolen by the Mustangs.
I guess it's only 2 years in a row. I should correct myself.
Lockington. McRoberts out to Lockington, top of the key. So far, the Warriors are playing pretty well. It's just 3 unforced turnovers that have given the Mustangs the ball. Here's Lockington for 3 on the wing. It's no good. And the rebound comes to Trunkel. 10-9 Warriors. Some unforced turnovers by Neillsville so far in this first half. Other than that, I think they're playing exactly the way Coach Geyer wanted them to.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to stop Melrose from scoring, but you want to try and slow them down anyway, and they're doing a nice job of that so far.
There's a block shot on this end by Bayou as Mosley went to the basket. Mustangs have the ball. Bayou out on top. She can shoot threes. Misses that one, though. Fry gets the rebound. Lockington will reload on the right wing. 6:15 to go first half. 10-9 Neillsville. Lockington to the basket. No, but a foul is called. And we'll see who it's on. It's on McDonald. And this will put Lockington at the free throw line. 6:10 left here in the half.
For as much contact as we've seen tonight, it's hard to believe there's only 2 fouls for each team.
First one by Lockington, in and out. We get Barth, Oldham, and Shanegarth all back in for the Warriors. One thing Neillsville does have is some depth. I mean, you've got those 3 girls right there that come off along with Katrina Craig. And then you'll get Stockheimer to put some minutes in there as well. So second free throw is good for Lockington.
Well, it helps to keep some fresh legs in there, especially when you're playing a dominant team such as this.
Opel will walk it into the front court. Tied at 10 with 6 minutes left to go first half. I think if you're Neillsville, you are very happy right now to be tied at 10. Shanegarth working against Fry. We'll hand it off to Opel on the left wing. Opel looks for a pick from Oldham. Now dribbles back out top of the key to Mosley. Thing about this team, Mustangs, when you make a pass, you got to make it so wide to get it around their arms. When they get them arms out wide, that's a tough pass to make.
They've got some wingspan, that's for sure.
Opel to the basket, tries a leaner, but it's no good. Just trying to go against that height and couldn't get it. Lockington back the other way. Out on top, Herzberg dumps it in for Bayou. Turnaround jumper is good. First point for Bayou. She comes in averaging 17 a game. Gets her first points with 5 minutes to go in the first half.
That's pretty hard to defend a shot like that.
That is.
They had good position on her. She just kind of did a nice fadeaway jump shot from 12 feet, and that's hard to stop that.
Barth from the outside. That one off the back iron, no good. The rebound controlled by Fry, and Lockington will bring it back the other way. 12-10, Melrose-Mindoro, 4:50 to go first half. I asked Coach Geyer earlier today as Lockington fires up a 3. It's short. Rebound inside Oldham. How do you practice? In practice, how do you,
how do you simulate the defense?
How do you simulate this Melrose team? He goes, well, it's good when you got Jenny Lindner there and they get some other tall people in there to help on practice. Otherwise, I mean, Neillsville doesn't have anybody that can. There's a steal and then a jump ball as Mosley had it taken right out of her hands by Bayou as she tried to hand it off.
Yeah,
to
she got
Opel.
a little lazy with it again. You got to make good, crisp passes if that's what you're going to do. And maybe part of it is she is feeling under the weather. You can tell she's She's feeling it right now. She's not her normal self.
No, and she goes to the end of the bench and just really sucking air right now.
Yep.
And the sickness will take a lot out of you. Opel takes it in the backcourt.
That just shows how dedicated they are to this program.
12-10 Mustangs, 4:12 left to go, first half. Shane Garth on the left wing. Looks for a pick. Now Shane Garth still on the dribble, gets it in the paint, lost the handle on it, gets it back, puts it up. No, we're going to jump ball. They like the jump ball instead of the hook on the arm, I guess. Coach Geyer doesn't like it. He's looking for somebody to yell at. 3:56 to go, first half, 12-10, Melrose-Mindoro. Sectional semifinal here from Black River Falls High School. Down inside, Bayum with a leaner, no, rebound Opel. Opel comes out of there and bumped all the way up the floor almost by Hersberg. And Opel finally said I had enough and used an elbow to clear her out, and they didn't call that either. Here's a handoff to Opel.
Melrose fans wanted a call there. Well, they didn't call the bumps all the way up the floor. So
there was something before that.
Yeah. They're letting them play.
Opel checking the clock. Still 3:20 left to go here in the half. But Melrose only leading by a score of 12-10. Oldham dribbles to the free throw line. Looks to get rid of it. Hands it back to Barth. Barth's going to fire up a three. It's short. Oldham fighting for the rebound. Can't get it against Bayum. Lockington will bring it down the floor. Lockington dumps it inside. Wide open inside layup for Jackie Brown.
That was a nice no-look pass by Lockington.
Brown somehow got on the other end of the floor without anybody seeing her. 4-point lead for Melrose. 2:44 left to go in the half. Barth has fired up two threes and missed both of them. Shane Garth to Oldham. Oldham working against Bayum. Goes to Barth. Barth on the right side. Back out on top for Opel. Opel wanted to spot up for a jumper, but a good job by Lockington to close out. Oldham now to Shane Garth. 2:16 left to go in the half. 14-10 Melrose. Opel, nice little crossover, spin move, blocked, and then out of bounds. It'll be Warrior ball. It's just tough to go against these girls underneath.
That's something you're not used to playing against that all year long, and that shot would be open against most opponents, but not going to happen against this Melrose team.
Barth looks to inbound. Tries to get it into Shane Garth. The ball is saved by Fry.
That was a nice athletic move.
Yes, it was. Here's Fry for a three from the wing. It's good. 17-10. Warriors are just having a hard time getting an open look at the basket right now. Coach Geyer trying his best to yell out a play here, and not sure if the girls can hear him. Minute 25 left to go in the half. Shane Garth wants to go to the basket. Shane Garth down the lane, lays it off the glass and in.
How did she get that to go?
I don't know. But quickly back comes Melrose-Mindoro. Rifle one into Bayum. Bayum gets cut off at the free throw line, out to Lockington. Minute 7 left to go in the half. 17-12, Melrose. Lockington, three. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball, run down, and who are they going to say? It's off of Fry and out of bounds. Fry working with Oldham. And it'll be Warrior ball with 58 seconds left to go. First half of play. Quick first half.
Very quick. Only 4 fouls. Well, there might have been more than that, but they only called 4.
A lot of jump balls. Trunkle dribbling out high. Now goes to Oldham. 43 seconds left to go. Warriors trail by 5.
Looks like they might be trying to play for the last shot. Just got to be careful not to make a silly mistake and lose the ball.
Craig out to Trunkle. Now Shane Garth with 26 seconds to go in the half. The Warriors lead or trail by 5. But, you know, like I said, if you're a Neillsville fan or coach, you got to be happy. 13 seconds left. Craig with the ball. on the right wing. Wants to get rid of it. Goes to Barth in the corner for three. It's off the back iron, no good. Trunkle the rebound. 5 seconds. Trunkle out to Shingarth. Dribbles down the lane. In the paint. No, but a foul with 0.5 seconds left.
That was definitely a foul. It looked like WWE right there.
So Shingarth will be at the line to shoot 2 here to end this half.
That was Bayum, wasn't it? Yeah. Second foul on Bayum.
First one for Shingarth is off the rim, no good. One of the things that they have done all year, we keep saying it, I know we harp on it, but they've struggled from that old free throw line.
Yep.
Second one coming for Shingarth. And that one is off the rim, no good. Rebound, Oldham. And that will do it. Boy, it looked like there was contact on that one.
She tried putting it right back up. They could have very easily called a free foul on that play.
So at the end of one half of play, it is Melrose-Mindoro leading Neillsville by a score of 17-12. We'll come back and take a look at the halftime numbers after this.
V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
With more winter snow on the way, make your way to Chili Implement. Chili Implement, located conveniently between Marshfield and Chili, just north of Highway 10, is ready to help you make snow removal easier. Visit Chili Implement and see how their complete selection of Kubota and Cub Cadet snow removal machines will simplify your winter. Chili Implement open Monday through Saturday for sales, service, and parts. Chili Implement will also help you finance your next purchase. You can also see more at chiliimplement.com. Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Are you living with a prosthesis that is causing discomfort or pain? You have options, and I'm here to help. Hi, my name is Shai. I'm the owner of Next Step Prosthetics in Marshfield. You have a choice where you go for prosthetic care. My focus and specialty is providing a prosthesis that you enjoy wearing to help you get your life back. Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Let's take the next step together to a better life.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
Turnovers, the unforced turnovers where they were either get it taken away from them on a handoff or just a bad pass that led to some points for this team, but if you're Neillsville, I guess 17-12 isn't too bad against a team like Melrose-Mindoro.
No, it's definitely not. Something to hang your hat on, at least for the first half, and knowing that you can compete with this team, and you just get the right opportunities and take advantage of them, and who knows? I mean, they can definitely make up a 5-point differential. It's been done before.
Just a reminder, the Neillsville Optimist Club is sponsoring their annual TriStar basketball competition tomorrow afternoon. It begins at 3:45 in the middle school gym. It's open to boys and girls ages 8 to 13. All you have to do is head to the gym right after school for practice and to pre-register for that. If you are a top individual in your age group, you can move on to the state competition. That'll be held in April in Fond du Lac. Boys basketball gets back into action tomorrow night with regional semifinals. Neillsville will be in action against Marathon tomorrow night. 7 o'clock is game time on 92.7 WPKG. And there's another team that Marathon, I know that Coach Mike Geyer talked to us earlier today, and he said he talked to the Auburndale coach, and he goes, I feel sorry for the team that has to host Marathon in a tournament game. And it just happens to be Neillsville that's going to be the one that has to do it tomorrow night. This regional and sectional that Neillsville boys are involved in is a tough one. 4 of the top 10 teams are in that sectional.
Yep.
And 2 of them are in the regional that Neillsville's in with Stratford and Neillsville ranked number 10. But Stratford, probably the opponent of either Marathon or Stratford on Saturday. You're going to have to go to Stratford and take on that team, and it's just not an easy road for Neillsville.
No. Whoever comes out of that sectional, out of that sectional is going to have a really good opportunity down at state, because some of the best teams in the state are in that sectional.
Well battle-tested when you come out of that one. Other games tomorrow in that in Division 4, Pacelli will be at Stratford. Spencer is at Edgar. Phillips at Auburndale. Fall Creek at Whitehall. Aquinas will be at Regis. In Division 5 tomorrow night, Bruce is at McDonald. Columbus Catholic is at Wild Rose. Wausau Newman at Rib Lake. Athens at Pittsville. Loyal is at Almond Bancroft. Royale at Alma Center. Oliva Strum is at Blair Taylor. Black River Falls will be at West Salem tomorrow night. In Division 3, Elk Mound is at Altoona. And in Division 1, Wisconsin Rapids will be at DC Everest, while Stevens Point is at Marshfield in boys regional semifinals tomorrow night. It's also the state team wrestling tournament. Starts tomorrow evening, Division 1 quarterfinals and Division 1 semifinals tomorrow. And then Divisions 2 and 3 will have their semifinals in the morning on Saturday. And then the championships for state team wrestling will be on Saturday afternoon. They also had the state hockey tournament going on down at the Alliant Energy Center earlier today. I did not get the girls' finals. They were going on as I was coming down here, so I didn't get a chance to see them. But Division 2 boys, earlier today, St. Mary Springs beat Rice Lake 7-2, and Northland Pines beat Somerset Co-op 9-2. So St. Mary Springs will take on Northland Pines in that championship game on Saturday morning in Division 2. The first time they've had 2 divisions for boys hockey. So things getting better for the hockey programs around the state.
I was just checking on Zaleski Sports here, and looks like Loyal's losing to Clear Lake currently 30-10 at halftime.
I heard Clear Lake, Coach John Geyer said that they are good.
Yeah,
they are the real deal.
Apparently, because Loyal's no slouch.
No.
And they're tripling their output tonight, so good luck to Loyal girls. Hopefully you can
come back
and get the lead and move on, but it's going to be a tough task from the way it looks.
Here in Black River Falls, we have Melrose-Mindoro leading Neillsville 17-12. About 2 minutes left to go before we start the second half, so we'll take a quick break and be back here at Black River Falls High School after this.
Look here, and they'll tell you what you'll find. You'll see them honing their edge, clearing their minds. You'll see them out here, doing what matters most. Our team understands it's not easy, and we're with you every step. After all, we are a team, not just at Stevens Point Orthopedics, but as a community. Let's work together to have you feeling your best.
Gross Motors of Neillsville is your Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer in central Wisconsin. Gross Motors of Neillsville is located on Highway 10 East in Neillsville and is ready for you to take a test drive today. See their inventory of Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles in person and browse over 700 vehicles online at grossauto.com. Gross Motors of Neillsville is your central Wisconsin Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer. Again, that's grossauto.com. Citizens State Bank of Loyal is your independently owned community bank with locations just a short drive or walk from where you work and live. Citizens State Bank of Loyal invites you to a banking relationship that will always put you first. Personal, business, and agricultural services provided by people that live just across town and around the corner. At Citizens State Bank of Loyal, we pride ourselves in our involvement in the communities we serve. See us today in Neillsville, Marshfield, Spencer, Granton, and Loyal. Citizens State Bank of Loyal, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Rally at the Alley tonight at Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville. Strike Time Lanes open at 4 Monday through Friday and 11 Saturday and Sunday. Happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. Cheer on the team tonight and then rally at the Alley after the game. Strike Time Lanes is your Packers headquarters on Sunday. Enter to win a flat screen TV. Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville is also your place for Fish Fry Friday. Rally at the Alley tonight and every night at Strike.
Tonight as well. Warriors will have the ball to start this second half, trailing by 5. Opel, Oldham hands it off to Bella on the left side. Back out on top for Barth. Barth open for a 3. Got it! Jaden Barth hits the 3 from the top of the wheel.
She needed that. She needed to get her confidence built up after missing a couple early ones.
Lead is down to 2, just underway here in the second half. 17-15 Mustangs. Fry in the corner for 3. She answers it.
Yeah, that was right straight away from us, and you could see it was on target the whole way.
So the lead back to 5. 17-18 left to go. Second half. Very quick first half.
Oh yeah, she did almost double dribble. I heard one of the fans down here call it.
Opel to the top of the key. Now looks for somebody to leave it for. Now Shane Garth will take it on the left wing. Shane Garth, top of the key. Hands it off to Barth. Almost stolen. And there it is again on the handoff. Melrose-Mindoro is figuring it out, and they're sticking their hand in there before they can get that handoff.
Yep.
And tying him up, and there's a jump ball. It'll be Mustang possession.
I don't know if you're going to outmuscle Lockington either. She's a pretty strong individual from the way it looks.
Lockington will be going to Viterbo next year. Herzberg gets cut off on the baseline. Fry in the paint. Shot too far. Bayum follows. Good. 22-15. Melrose-Mindoro. 16-28 to go second half. Opel. Dribbling near the top of the key. Bella leaves it for Shane Garth on the left wing. Shane Garth looks for a pick from Oldham, gets it. Now goes to Barth, top of the key. Barth's just having a hard time getting free from Lockington.
Yeah, she sure wants to put it up.
Opel for 3 from the top of the key. It's no good. Rebound inside Mosley. Brings it back out. Thought about shooting that one. Almost lost the handle on it. Now Opel will bring it down the lane. No good on the shot. Blocked inside. Coach Geyer thought there was contact. He's getting a little upset down there. He's looking for some fouls against these big girls, and he's not getting them. Here's Lockington. Pulls up, free throw line, way off the mark. And the ball goes off Mosley. I think it surprised a lot of people as to how off that shot was. An official underneath said it was Neillsville ball, and got a lot of green shirts were mad at that one. Lockington in the corner, shot on the way, is off the rim, no good. Fry got the rebound, back up, good.
I don't know if she had a little push off or what, but Kayla Oldham got out of position there going for that rebound. Almost looked like she maybe got bumped from behind.
24-15, biggest lead in the game for either team. Opelt in the corner for Shangarth, left side. Works out to the wing, gets a pick from Oldham. Keeps her dribble all the way to the basket, blocked by McRoberts. And it'll be Warrior ball underneath. Barth will inbound it. Inbound comes to Opelt. Opelt open, left wing three, in and out.
Oh.
That was halfway down and it popped out. Here come the Mustangs, Herzberg. Skips it to Lockington. Rifles it into McRoberts, back out Lockington. McRoberts almost had that one take her head off. Here's Fry in the paint with a turnaround, it's good.
Yeah, they're finding their comfort zone right now.
Fry with 10 points. Coach Geyer's not happy.
No, he's fuming.
He called a timeout with 14:42 left to go here in this second half, and it's now an 11-point lead for Melrose-Mindoro. Tonight's game powered by the 2019 Dodge Durango, the 92.7 Gross Auto Sportsmobile. Also being brought to you courtesy of our WIAA tournament sponsors here tonight. Save Right Building Center, your locally owned lumber yard and hardware store in Neillsville. Citizen State Bank of Loyal, Neillsville, Marshfield, and Spencer, member FDIC. Sternweiss & Sons, Ready Mix Concrete, concrete and decorative block plus landscape rock. Geshe Funeral Home, Neillsville. Memorials, funeral, and celebration of life services and cremation. So 11-point lead now for the Melrose-Mindoro Mustangs, and they're kind of showing why they are 23-1 and two-time state runner-up right now.
They're looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yep.
You can tell that these girls have been playing together for quite a while, and they have so much chemistry, and they know where everybody is at every point in time. The no-look passes, it's fun to watch. It really is.
The only junior is Tegan Fry. The other four are seniors, so yeah, they've played together a long time.
And they're suiting up 15 girls. And
yeah,
how many have played? 6?
They've got every chair full down there. All right, Opel will bring it into the front court. They work from left to right as we look down on the floor here from I think this is a walking track up here around the gym. Nice pass inside Oldham, but you can't find the handle on the ball. That was a good entry pass there, but Kayla just couldn't handle the ball.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
She had an open layup there.
She did. It's unfortunate. Kayla does have occasional problems with getting a grip on the ball. And Coach Geyer said he saw enough of that for now, and in comes Parker McDonald.
14:19 to go. Neillsville trailing by 11. Fry out to Lockington. Odds are that Melrose will take on Aquinas again at state.
Yeah.
If they make it through here. Herzberg, no. Three-pointer is off the rim, no good.
Oh.
Then McRoberts trying to save that ball in and just woke up Allie Shangarth. That ball went right off her head.
Almost looked like when Giannis threw that one off of James Harden's head.
Not that hard.
Yeah, not quite that hard.
11-point lead for the Mustangs. 13:49 to go, second half. Shangarth trying to hand it off, and it's knocked away again by the Mustangs. Here's Herzberg on the other end, across the lane. Lockington lays it up and in.
That's what you don't want to have against this team.
Yep.
Don't give them those fast break opportunities.
13-point lead now for the Mustangs. Neillsville scored yet in this half?
Yes, Jaden Barth led off with a three-pointer.
Yeah.
Other than that, no. They had 12 at halftime.
So it's an 11-3 second half so far for the Mustangs. Craig has an open lane, puts it up, one-hander, good. Katrina Craig.
It might not be the prettiest shot in the world, but she did a nice job of getting the open lane and creating some points.
Nice pass inside, Bayum from Lockington. Bayum with 6. Lead is 13 for the Mustangs. 12.5 minutes left to go, second half. Opel Still on the dribble. Now leaves it out for Shangar. Thought about a three.
Almost had a walk there.
To McDonald. McDonald spinning to the basket against Bayum. Bayum blocks it. Tough to shoot over that.
Yeah. She looks like a varsity player playing against a junior high person when she's out there.
And there's a shot inside for Herzberg. 6 points for Herzberg. Neillsville just doesn't have an answer right now for the height. 12 minutes left to go, second half, and they've opened up a 15-point lead.
And you can hear the Melrose fans right in front of us. They've got quite a following here.
Yes, they do.
I suppose when your team is that good for that long, you develop those kind of followings, but they definitely are outnumbering the Neillsville crowd tonight. But Neillsville's got a really nice showing here tonight.
Yes, they do. Tonight's game courtesy of our WIAA tournament sponsors, who include JBC Screen Printing and Embroidery of Neillsville, Nelson Shoe, 709 South Central Marshfield, Subway of Neillsville, Osseo, and Cadott, TCR Power Products, Highway 10 east of Neillsville, Teeman Realty and Appraisal Service of Greenwood, Coons Flooring and Decorating of Neillsville, Holland's Family Cheese, home of Marika Gouda in Thorpe. Boys basketball tomorrow night. Marathon at Neillsville, regional semifinals, 7 o'clock game time right here on 92.7 and 92.7 WPKG.com. Winner here will play on Saturday against either Colfax or Unity.
And that, I believe, is that the 1-2 seed in that half?
Yes, it is.
Saw a little bit of the highlights of Colfax on the news. They look pretty tough too.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Mosley looks to hand it off, does to Trunkel. Shangarth wants to work the baseline, does, gets a girl up in the air, and that's what they got to do, a little pump fake. Got Tegan Fry up in the air and gets the foul, and Shangarth to the free throw line. Each team now with a team foul here in the second half. That's one thing that's been not very many team fouls in this game.
No.
What do we have, 4 in the first half?
Yeah, I think that's all we had.
Shangarth makes the first free throw. Now we only got 1 here in the second half. That was the first foul. Both free throws made by Shangarth. 32-19, 11 and a half minutes to go, second half. Melrose-Mindoro with the lead. Lockington, Fry, back to Lockington, top of the key, right side. That is Brown. She's been the only girl off the bench. They've been subbing her, and then they bring the other girl that was in back in the game. Here's a three for Tegan Fry, and it's good from the wing, and Fry's having a heck of a second half. She has 10 points here in the second half, 13 in the game now. 35-19, Melrose-Mindoro with the lead. Shangarth, Trunkel, looks to work inside, nothing there. Back out Opelt, almost stolen, and it is by Herzberg. Gets it across the lane to Bayum, pulls up in the lane, good. Coach Geyer said when you see these girls, Herzberg and Bayum, they are Division I ready.
Absolutely.
For college ball.
The nice job of keeping her feet when she had to kind of do a spin move to get towards the basket there.
They knew where she was on the floor.
Yeah, and it's just...
Shangarth inside, and that height that time altered that layup.
It's not something you can teach these girls. It's just a natural instinct.
Yep. 37-19, Melrose-Mindoro with 10-10 left to go in the second half. Lockington to the basket, lays it up in traffic, no. Rebound inside, Bayum, no. And it goes off Lockington and out of bounds. Lockington just put her head down and made sure she didn't get hit.
Yeah,
looked
like they were playing Twister there for a second.
We get a timeout. Warriors will have the ball. There's a timeout, a 30-second timeout.
How good has that Blackhawk team got to be?
They must be good.
Wow.
Well, how good is Aquinas? Beat them 2 years in a row.
For me, college is about more than hitting the books. And at Mid-State Technical College, I get the whole college experience. Live in a dorm? Bam. There's a meal plan? Tasty. I could join a student organization? or intramural sports. Plus, I can study abroad while earning college credit. And the cost for all of this? No brainer. So don't wait. Apply today.
Contest.
Yep. Because that team had everything. You had good guards, you had height. But right here, it's 37-19. 10 minutes left to go, second half. Melrose-Mindoro with the lead. Oldham is back in the game. Mosley is back out there, along with Shane Garth. That ball almost stolen. Knocked away by Lockington. So it's Opelt, Oldham, Shane Garth, Mosley, and Trunkle right now for the Warriors.
She kind of telegraphed that pass and almost had it stolen.
Inbound comes to Opelt near midcourt. Shane Garth. Oldham at the free throw line, out to Opelt. And the thing is Neillsville, you know, some of these passes they get on the wing as Oldham is tied up, and they're going to call another jump ball. When they get it on the wing, they can't shoot over these girls because of the height.
And not only are they have the height, but they're quick.
Yeah, they get out there in a hurry. You know who they remind me of somewhat, and that must have been a pretty good, even though the score probably didn't dictate it, was Colby. That shot in the corner is good for Mosley for three. Because Colby had that height and quickness.
Yep.
That year they went to state. Last year, yep. There's another three for Fry. That one comes up short. Oldham got the rebound, and then another jump ball. It'll be Mustang ball underneath, 37-22 Melrose with 9:06 left to go. Barth's going to check back in the game for the Warriors. Oldham's going to sit down.
I got to believe we're going to see this Mustang team on TV down at or over at Green Bay come next weekend.
You look at this team that Neillsville has out on the floor right now, and this is probably going to be 4/5 of their team right now, minus Allie Shangar.
Yep.
Here's the three by Lockington. Off the rim, no good. Rebound inside Mosley. Mosley got trapped and leaves it for Opel. Don't want to dribble up the sidelines.
You don't want to get caught there.
Neillsville fortunate to get that ball back into the front court. 8:40 left to go in the game. Melrose-Mindoro by 15. Neillsville kept it close in the first half, but Melrose has really opened it up here in the second half. Here's Mosley down the lane. Mosley, I'm not sure why she's not going up to the basket there.
No, she's 6 feet away.
She had her back to the basket the whole time.
She's probably just assuming those trees are ready to knock it down. But
foul was called, though, as Brown reached in, and now McRoberts will check back in. So it's just been kind of a one-girl rotation on the substitution. Some of these girls with their hands on their hips here in this second half for Melrose. Kind of a warm gym here tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh.
That pass picked off by Fry. She'll come down with a right elbow jumper. That's no good. Trunkle had the rebound and then ran into her own girl and knocked out of her hands. Pass inside McRoberts. Her shot no good.
Shane Garth's bleeding here. They got to get the time stop here.
Shane Garth's bleeding. Yep, they got to do something here. They can't have blood anywhere. Shot on the way is good. Referee finally sees it.
Well, now it's he calls the timeout.
After Melrose got the basket, he calls the timeout.
I didn't even see who made that basket.
Neillsville was not happy with that either. But I'm surprised. You got three refs out there, and they didn't see that?
Well, he came right up to her and showed her. Or she went up to him and showed him.
Well, that's not good officiating if you do that.
Did you see who made that last basket?
No, I did not. I was worried about what Allie was doing down here. Yeah, you got to be able to see a girl that's hurt. She got hit in the nose when she was going for that ball out of the inbound.
Yep.
Here's a three for Terrence Stockheimer. Hits the three-pointer. 39-25. Melrose, 7:40 left to go. Herzberg for three. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. I think this will be Neillsville ball. Yep. Stockheimer will inbound it. Shangar's doing all she can with trainer Mike down there to get back in the game. But she's got to get cleaned up. She was trying her best not to get that blood on the floor. I'm surprised they didn't stop the game and check the floor.
They didn't even know she had a bloody nose, apparently, so I can see why they didn't check the floor. But
I would, even after they did see she had a bloody nose, I'd be surprised they didn't check the floor. Here's Mosley.
Oh.
Wants to go in the corner, and it's too high for Trunkle. Back in is Katrina Craig. And the Mustangs will bring it back down. Looks like Shane Garth, well, she's going to have a cotton in her nose for a little while, maybe. 39-25 Melrose. Pass down along the baseline to McRoberts. Shot is good. Her first points tonight. 41-25. 6:45 left to go. Opel into the front court. Opel, and we're going to get a foul. We get a reach called on Lockington. The inbound comes to Opel in the backcourt. 6.5 minutes left. Opel down the lane, blocked out of bounds by Hershberg.
And not just barely blocked.
Yeah. Definitely blocked.
Yeah. But you got to keep trying. You got to keep driving that lane. Sooner or later, it's going to pop open.
Trunkle gets it blocked from behind by Fry. Fry on the other end with a runner is good. Well, they didn't have to worry about Bayum or have to use Bayum or Hershberg. It's been Fry for the Mustangs tonight.
She's been lighting it up.
Stockheimer looks to get rid of it. Still looking. And the ball is going to be tied up on a jump ball. The Warriors just getting trapped now when they get the ball and nowhere to get rid of it.
The Warriors are getting beat at their own game right now with the defense.
You got to tip your hat to these Mustang players because some of them have been out there the whole game.
Yes. Takes a lot of conditioning to be able to do that.
Opel got in the paint, nowhere to go with it. Now leaves it for Barth. Barth down the lane, blocked from behind by Lockington. Bayum on the dribble. Across the lane to Hershberg. Hershberg, left-hander, good. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Geyer. 20-point lead now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Coach Geyer isn't even upset with his girls. He just
what do you do?
Yeah, you're facing an inferior team here.
I mean, their tallest girl for Neillsville is probably either Kayla Oldham or maybe Parker McDonald, but they're still nowhere near the height, the overall height for this
90% of your shots are coming in the lane and they're getting blocked.
Right. Yeah. And as a player, you're gonna sooner or later you're not gonna do it.
Yeah. They're gonna have to rely on the outside shooting if they're gonna get back into this game, but the defense is not allowing them. No. They're just not giving them that outside shot. They're constantly in their face.
There's no outside shots at all. They had a couple. And Neillsville, give them credit. Besides Barth's first two misses, they've hit the shots they've had open from the outside, but there hasn't been many. And not enough. Opel with the ball. Hands it off to Trunkle. Trunkle looks for the handoff, and they're right there. They don't let him do that handoff. Trunkle. Now Opel. Out to Trunkle. Thought about a three. Now with a runner, it's blocked. Body's hitting the floor. And now Craig's got it for the Warriors. And then Craig has it knocked out of her hands, and we get a foul called on McRoberts. Melrose up by 20, and they're screaming.
They're upset, but so are the Neillsville fans. They thought the girl should have got a technical for the gestures that she made after that, but It's only the first foul on McRoberts.
To me, when you're up by 20,
yeah,
I don't think it really matters anymore. Here's a three in the corner. May have been partially blocked, and it was by Hersberg from Opelt. And here comes Fry on the run. Turns around, hands it back to Lockington. Now Fry. McRoberts out on top. Now they swing it back. Lockington in the corner for Fry. McRoberts, that one almost went over her head near the free throw line. Now Bayum. Trunkel has all she can do to try and get around Bayum. And then the follow after Bayum missed. And she gets fouled by, I believe, Katrina Craig. Nope, Trunkel. That's the first team foul on Neillsville here in the second half. Bayum's first free throw is good. Second one coming for Bayum, and that one is also good. (47-25), 4:25 left to go in the game. Melrose-Mindoro. Neillsville had it to a 5-point lead for Melrose at the half, but it's been all Melrose here in the second half.
they look so confident.
Yep.
I mean, there's no worry in them at all. They know where they're supposed to be, and they're executing.
And there's a throw into the hands of Melrose-Mindoro from Kayla Oldham. Just threw that pass right in the hands of Fry. 3:48 left.
Now it looks like Melrose is going to pull it out a little bit, draw the defense out.
Brown, Hersberg. Now Lockington. Yeah, they're going to try and draw this defense out. Neillsville in that 2-3 zone. But may have gone to a man-to-man now. There's Brown along the baseline, blocked by Trunkel. Trunkel goes after the loose ball and then gets undercut by Bayum. Nope, they're going to say it was on Fry. Fry with the foul. We'll see Mosley back in along with Olivia Fremont. Opelt and Stockheimer will sit down. 3:16 left, 47-25. Melrose-Mindoro with the lead. Shane Garth to Fremont. Fremont working out high against Brown. Hands it to Mosley. Now Shane Garth. Fremont. Trunkel to the basket. Lost the handle on the ball. Out of bounds. Well, Coach Geyer is going to go to his seniors.
Yep, I was just about to say that until you mentioned it. At this point, it's a kind of a foregone conclusion. You might as well get those seniors in, let them get a little bit of more playing time on their last game playing in a Warrior uniform.
So Riley Voigt's going to check in. Tegan Mahoney is off the bench for the Warriors. So other than Emma Mosley right now, there's all seniors out there. Allie Shangart's still feeling the effects of getting that hit in the nose. Looks like her eyes are still watering a little bit. Lockington, I'm surprised Coach Arneson hasn't gone to his bench a little bit more here.
Yeah, he just brought in 33 here. Katie Ramsey, Jr.
Lockington. Well, you still got Hersberg, Lockington, and Fry on the floor with a 22-point lead and 2:25 left. And they're just playing catch right now. Fry. Lockington out near the Tigers emblem at center circle. Now Coach Geyer just called out something here. Fry in the corner was Brown. Now Fry. Lockington to Brown. Now Hersberg, 1:44 left. Parker McDonald's going to check in for the Warriors. Another one of the seniors, if she can get in.
Yeah. And the other coach still isn't looking to his bench there. He just called the timeout. He must be going to get him off the court now.
So a timeout called by the Mustangs. A 1:33 left, 47-25. Melrose-Mindoro with the lead. Tonight's game.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
Spencer and Marshfield, member FDIC. Well, Coach Arneson didn't go. Well, now he is going to.
He left a couple in there, Lockington and Hersberg, but he does have two that look like they're ready to come in. So if we get a stoppage, they'll probably come in.
The Warriors have all seniors out there right now. Voigt, Shane Garth, McDonald, Fremont, and Mahoney. Oldham is another senior. But you can't put 6 out there. Craig is also a senior. Shot inside, good for Lockington. 49-25. Now Craig is going to come in. Under a minute left. I don't know if these girls for, now they will. There's a jump ball. I was going to say these girls for Melrose may not get in.
There comes Lockington.
Lockington and Hersberg check out. I tell you, it wasn't those two girls as much as it was Fry, but Lockington did a good job, a lot of assists in this game.
Yeah, and her defense was outstanding.
Under a minute to go. Out on top as the Mustangs work it around this Warrior defense now. Brown inside, ball loose. Brown picks it up, shoots, and a foul. May go against Voigt. So Voigt picks up her first personal, and they are already selling tickets over here. The line for the tickets for tomorrow or Saturday's game is pretty long from Tickets are being sold already. 50-25. Melrose with the lead. Brown's second free throw, no good. McDonald with the rebound.
She says, the heck with it, I'm bringing it up the floor.
McDonald's going to go all the way to the basket. Shoots off the rim, no good. Mahoney had the rebound and had it knocked away from her. So with 25 seconds to go. The inbound will come out high for Voigt. Voigt to the basket, one-hander, off the rim, no good. Tries to get her own rebound. Craig inside, no. Ball tapped around, and Brown has it with 17 seconds. Brown into the front court with 10. So the Warriors will end their season 22-3. Against the very good Melrose-Mindoro team here tonight.
Very good is an understatement there.
They showed why they are one of the top teams in Division 4 as they beat Neillsville here tonight by a score of 50-25. We'll come back and take a look at the final numbers here at Black River Falls after this.
With more winter snow on the way, make your way to Chili Implement. Chili Implement, located conveniently between Marshfield and Chili, just north of Highway 10, is ready to help you make snow removal easier. Visit Chili Implement and see how their complete selection of Kubota and Cub Cadet snow removal machines will simplify your winter. Chili Implement open Monday through Saturday for sales, service, and parts. Chili Implement will also help you finance your next purchase. You can also see more at chiliimplement.com. Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Back here at Black River Falls High School, wrapping it up in this Division 4 sectional semifinal as Neillsville goes down to Melrose-Mindoro, the final 50-25. But we mentioned Neillsville had the tempo where they wanted it early on. A low-scoring game, 17-12 at the half, with Neillsville trailing by 5. But then it was all Melrose-Mindoro in the second half, and they were led by Tegan Fry, who had 12 of her 15 game-high points in the second half. Also double figures for the Mustangs was Lockington and Byom each with 10 and Herzberg with 8. So those girls well below their season averages, but when you got another girl that picks it up, you don't have to worry about them other girls.
No, and you know, you alluded to earlier that they don't have many players off the bench that come out, but when you're that well-rounded and any girl on the team can be your leading scorer at any time, that's a nice thing to have.
Neillsville did not have anybody in double figures. Bella Opel led the way with 6 points, but those all came in the first half. She did not score in the second half. Emma Mosley had 5 points, but then Allie Shangarth with 4, and not much else offensively for Neillsville, especially in that second half. They had 12 points in the first half and only 13 in the second half.
Yeah, their defense, they haven't played against a defense like that all year. I mean, maybe the quickness, but never the size and the quickness. Just too much to handle.
And if anything, and that's what hurt Neillsville in, they came overtime against Colby, but the first 2 times they played Colby last year, that's what hurt them, is that length and athleticism against Neillsville. Neillsville just doesn't have that size.
Yeah, I wish you could teach that in school, but obviously you can't. The old saying, you can't teach height, so. No. You know, maybe some of these younger girls will get a little growth spurt and they get some size underneath. They're going to have to rely on a lot of these younger girls. They're losing quite a few seniors, but the JV team went undefeated this year. So, I mean, that's got to make you feel a little bit better about their chances for next year.
Good luck to those seniors, Allie Shangarth, Olivia Fremont, Riley Voigt, Tegan Mahoney, Kayla Oldham, Parker McDonald, and Katrina Craig. And like you said, that's a lot of seniors going off this team. And the thing is a lot of those girls are your height that you're losing for next year.
Absolutely. And that junior class, I can't right off the tip of my brain here pick a real tall one out of there. But they've got a lot of real aggressive girls, a lot of good shooters. Yeah. So it'll be business as usual for Neillsville, I guess.
22-3, they finished their season here in Black River Falls in this sectional semifinal, losing to Melrose-Mindoro tonight, 50-25.
And it looks like Loyal is going to fall to Clear Lake. Right now it's 43-27 with just under a minute to play. So.
All right. Well, congratulations to Loyal on a good season as well out of that Eastern Cloverbell Conference. Tomorrow night, boys basketball here on 92.7 WPKG. Neillsville and Marathon regional semifinal boys basketball. 7 o'clock is game time for that one. Sure, and join Dick Olson and myself for the broadcast of that one tomorrow night. The final once again here in Black River Falls. Melrose-Mindoro 50, Neillsville 25.